August 2020 is just around the corner, and there are many surprising rumors already as we get closer to the second biggest pay-per-view event of the year, SummerSlam. So in today's video, we will look at 5 huge leaked WWE rumors for August 2020. While The Undertaker seemingly retired during the final chapter of the Last Ride documentary, something that certainly caught the attention of most wrestling fans and the media, as you might expect, The Undertaker is not actually going to be staying retired for very long, and if a new leaked backstage rumor proves to be true, The Undertaker may actually be returning to the WWE for SummerSlam this year, where Undertaker would return for yet another match against AJ Styles. For those of you unaware, AJ Styles has recently been trying to get the WWE to book another match against The Undertaker for SummerSlam, with Styles wanting it to be a loser leaves WWE match, with AJ putting his Intercontinental Championship on the line in their bout, with Styles stating that the IC title is one belt The Undertaker has yet to win in his illustrious career, making it a worthwhile match for the dead man. One of our sources has mentioned that Vince McMahon is strongly considering this possible matchup for SummerSlam, and if it ends up happening, fans shouldn't be surprised if it's another Boneyard-style cinematic match, and that Taker would likely win the Intercontinental Championship, with Styles reportedly then taking a bit of a break from WWE, before eventually returning sometime in late 2020. It's unlikely that The Undertaker would hold on to the Intercontinental title for very long, but nonetheless it would certainly be interesting to see Taker finally get his hands on the belt that has eluded him. Let us know if you feel Vince should move ahead with this proposed storyline idea for SummerSlam, or should McMahon let The Undertaker peacefully retire and not bring him back. One of the biggest storylines heading into SummerSlam this year is definitely regarding Drew McIntyre's WWE Championship defense against the Viper Randy Orton. And there's no doubt that Randy is a legitimate threat to Drew's title reign after Randy has once again successfully reinvented himself and re-established himself as one of the most dangerous superstars on the Raw roster, following his rivalry with Edge. Prior to Jinder Mahal's unfortunately timed injury, Vince had been planning for McIntyre to defend his WWE title against Mahal at SummerSlam this year, but those plans have since been changed, and surprisingly, we have been told that Randy Orton is actually being considered backstage in WWE to dethrone McIntyre of the title, with Vince reportedly believing Randy Orton is the most interesting and must-see superstar on the Raw roster right now, and would do wonders with the WWE Championship. A new leaked backstage rumor has indicated that McMahon feels McIntyre has had enough time with the WWE title, and wouldn't lose any credibility taking the loss to Randy Orton, with the rumor stating that Randy Orton will hold onto the championship until next year's WrestleMania 37 event, where Randy would defend the WWE title against a returning Edge. Let us know if you think Randy Orton should be the superstar to end Drew McIntyre's reign as WWE Champion, and if so, would you be excited for a title match between Orton and Edge at next year's WrestleMania event? For quite some time, fans have been wanting to see The Fiend finally form a new, reinvented version of the Wyatt family, and if a new rumor proves to be true, fans may see a superstar soon join The Fiend as a member of his new group. As most of you are likely aware, Alexa Bliss appeared at Extreme Rules 2020 as Sister Abigail, and while this was basically confirmed to be an illusion of someone close to Braun Strowman to inevitably distract Braun and allow for Bray Wyatt to take control of their swamp fight, one of our sources has mentioned that Vince felt Alexa did a fantastic job portraying the role temporarily, and feels that Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt work very well together, and that Bliss could be a very intriguing addition to Bray's new Wyatt family, perhaps as The Fiend's girlfriend, considering Vince doesn't think Bliss would need to be Sister Abigail. As you would expect, Alexa Bliss would turn heel on Nikki Cross in the process, although it isn't out of the realm of possibility that Nikki Cross could also eventually find herself brainwashed to join this new Wyatt family as well, and if that happened, Nikki would most likely get the role of Sister Abigail. We have been told that Braun Strowman will also likely become a member of this new Wyatt family eventually as well, after Braun loses his Universal title, which we will discuss shortly. So this new and improved Wyatt family would consist of The Fiend, Alexa Bliss, Braun Strowman, and possibly Nikki Cross as well. On this past week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, Kofi Kingston made it clear to his New Day brother Big E that he gives him the blessing to chase singles title success in WWE, now that Kofi Kingston and fellow New Day member Xavier Woods are injured and sidelined for the foreseeable future. While some fans are coming to conclusions that a Big E singles run won't amount to very much, that is reportedly the furthest thing from the truth if a new WWE rumor for August 2020 comes true. Apparently, Vince has been considering Big E for a huge push for nearly 2 years, but simply couldn't fathom the idea of having Big E turn heel and break up the New Day faction, so the idea of Big E's singles push was cancelled temporarily. However, now that Kofi and Woods are out of action, McMahon believes this presents the perfect opportunity to give Big E the push Vince feels Langston deserves, with one of our sources mentioning that backstage officials are currently considering Big E to be the superstar to end Braun Strowman's reign as the Universal Champion, a decision that will not only be great for Big E's career, but will also allow for Braun Strowman to step down from the forefront of Friday Night SmackDown to his new rumored role in the Wyatt family. We have been told that Vince feels Big E is a total package, with Langston having the charisma, in-ring talent, and personality to warrant the top spot on Friday Night SmackDown. Make sure you guys let us know if you feel Big E deserves a run as the Universal Champion, but if not, who do you think should be the superstar to end Braun Strowman's Universal title reign? Many fans have been very curious as to when Brock Lesnar will be making his return to the WWE. Despite the rumors of Brock Lesnar returning for a marquee match at SummerSlam this year, it looks as though Brock will be missing out on the second biggest pay-per-view event of the year. Although if a new leaked backstage rumor proves to be true, fans will be seeing the Beast Incarnate back on television sooner rather than later, likely by the end of next month. With Big E rumored to be the superstar to end Braun Strowman's reign as the Universal Champion, McMahon is already reportedly thinking of storyline ideas for Big E as SmackDown's new top title holder, and one of those said ideas apparently involves Brock Lesnar. For those of you unaware, Big E recently revealed in an interview that he hopes to one day receive a match against Brock Lesnar, and not surprisingly, Vince is allegedly planning for Brock Lesnar to be Big E's first challenger for the Universal title, if the rumors of Big E winning the gold are true. Considering Kofi Kingston isn't going to be out of action for very long, compounded by the fact that Xavier Woods is getting closer to being medically cleared to compete again, it's pretty unlikely that Big E would be getting a lengthy reign as the Universal Champion. So in all probability, Brock Lesnar would likely be the superstar to end Big E's short reign as the Universal Champion. Fox Sports have reportedly told Vince McMahon that they want Brock Lesnar to be featured on the blue brand, considering Fox is wanting to make SmackDown have a more legitimate combat sports feel to the show, and by all means, a Brock Lesnar and Big E feud would certainly be a fresh and interesting storyline, although it's doubtful that most fans would want to see Lesnar win the title from Big E, as we would once again have a part-time champion at the forefront of WWE. Let us know your thoughts on Vince considering to bring back Brock Lesnar to feud with Big E once he wins the Universal title, and how would you feel about Lesnar being the superstar to end Big E's title reign?